everybody, it's Lee from their MLM Studios 7. I'm going to paint a little picture today. I'm going to do a flip cup, and I will show you the picture of the colors that I'm using. I have Artist Loft Turquoise. I have Master's Touch Light Magenta. I have Deco Art Americana True Blue. I have Fuchsia from I'll have to look. I don't know what AB means. I have a Light Turquoise by Anita's. I also have Deco Art from the jar, Deco Art Americana. Did I spell lavender wrong? I did. I forgot the N. Hey, doesn't matter how young or old you are. Spelling isn't easy. Now this is Aquarius. It's by FX. It's a satin finish. I like it quite a lot. And the FX. I like the color too. I'm kind of a blue person. Okay, so first we'll just dump our base paint all over the place. I had painted this the other day, and I had filmed it, but quite frankly, I'm too embarrassed to. Well, you're seeing the results anyway. It's a mess. Oops. So we're going to cover it up so nobody has to see it again. Once again, I mix my paint and Floetrol half and half. I don't use any water, but I do use that acrylic thinner that is around here somewhere. I forgot to wipe that off. I get the acrylic thinner. It's funny, I had put it on my wish list, and my daughter told my sister-in-law, my brother's wife, that I had a wish list on Amazon. And she went there and she got me the acrylic thinner and something else. And boy, I was so surprised because usually, after all these years, we don't bother with gifts. But this year we sent them, if you've ever had it, ribbon candy. It's an oldie but a goodie. My grandmother used to send us ribbon candy and a half a gallon of Vermont maple syrup for Christmas every year. Even when we lived in Puerto Rico, because my dad was in the Air Force. So we were stationed down there in Puerto Rico, and she still sent us maple syrup and ribbon candy. It was always quite a treat. Of course, if you've ever had the real maple syrup, I like to think you wouldn't go back to log cabin. Well, there's nothing wrong with log cabin if that's what you like. Okay, that could just go right there. Now, I am going to pour my colors from my dirty cup after I firebomb the base coat to get rid of the bubbles. I don't know if you can see them, but they are lurking about. You don't want them to help out later. I might have a goober in there. Oh, your timer went off, honey. A couple of minutes ago.
Oh, really? Oh, shit.
How they look? They smell delicious.
Oh, yeah. No, they're definitely done. I'm sure.
My husband is
Damn it. I didn't even hear it.
not trying. He succeeds very, very nicely at baking. Good. And the timer went off, and I was talking to you, and he was working on the computer, and he didn't hear it when I heard it, but in one ear and out the other, story of my life. And there it is. Yep, there it is. Okay. Now, I shall, don't use a big cup or a small cup. It's not a very big, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. So, and it took me a while to figure that out because my mother is part German. And she wasn't cheap by any means, but she certainly held on tight to the purse strings. And that's me. I'd rather use less than more. One more time, so I redid the sides here. And a few bubbles. There we go. Alright. I'm just going to move this up a little bit so I have room to pour my paint. The problem is I'm on the left. Got all my paint on the left side. I'm right-handed. So, I can change it a little bit here before I get to the other side. Okay. It's my Artist Loft turquoise I just put in. Now this Master's Touch light magenta. And Deco Art Americana True Blue. I hope that heater isn't too noisy for you. I still have snow on the ground. We had 2 storms right in a row. And I don't think the first storm was done before the second one got here. So as I keep telling you, except for this time, I I'm in the Cherokee National Forest up in the mountains of Tennessee. So, we kind of got plastered by that nor'easter, they call them. We used to live in New York on Long Island. Boy, when they went through, you got more snow than you knew what to do with it. I remember one year it snowed so bad, and they didn't come and plow us out. So, fortunately, we had an A&P at the end of our block, and we trudged down to the A&P. In fact, so many of us made the trip. We wore a path in the snow, which was several inches deep. But the kids didn't mind it. And they were too young to have any school days. So it was kind of a fun day. Even the railroad shut down. My husband couldn't even get to work. So, we used to get hurricanes, nor'easters, all that good stuff. We lived on the south shore of Long Island. So the things would come up the coast and just whack us. But we were lucky. We had the electrical thing for the town was at the end of our street. So when everybody else lost power, we did not. In fact, for that one hurricane, we had three refrigerators plugged in that we were helping out people so that their food wouldn't go bad. All right, peoples, here we go. Bloop. Not too bad. I have done better, but okay. However it turns out, it's good because it's paint. And even though it would be nice to sell some, my pictures, see if I can get you straightened out here a little bit. No, I want you to go the other way. Okay. Still not used to the backwardness of the, oh, plus the fact I slid you before. All right. So we'll let it sit for a few minutes. In case you hadn't noticed, my studio is in one half of the kitchen. It's sort of always been a studio. I used to do quilting, but I hurt my back and had to have surgery. So I cannot stand for very long. I didn't quite mean to release the hounds so quickly, but it had its own ideas of how it wanted to behave, so we'll just go with it. I'm not complaining yet. It's a pretty color. It's got some nice lacing. I only use Floetrol and paint. If I do anything different, I'll be sure and tell you, because I used to do a lot of silicone. But I'm finding lately, as I've been told by, not personally told, but I'm told on YouTube, that you get plenty of cells just from the Floetrol. And not that I didn't believe them, but I never had that much experience with great cells just from Floetrol. Oh, sorry. I'm not letting you see what I'm massacring over here. Okay. I use the big thumbtacks. And now that I'm using my pit again, I don't know what else to call it. Sometimes it just doesn't work out that great to be using big thumbtacks with the sticks. All right, let's see if we can get this side. Oh, sorry. I just ripped my thumb right through it. Ugh. Okay. All right. Let's see where I stuck my thumb in it. Honestly, you only have 10 fingers, I know, but sometimes when you're trying to get a nice thing going, you have so many fingers, you don't know what to do with them. At least for me. Actually, this side is a little peaked looking, so I'm going to pour this way. And then I'll go over it with the butane torch. See if maybe I can get a little bit more action going. Like I said, you have to make sure you get the paint off the sides, because those drips are pulling your paint off. As you can see, I got a lot of paint on my finger just from swiping under. And these sticks make it a little hard to get. All right, how is this? Not too bad. Maybe a little more action up there if I can get it to move. When it gets to a point where it doesn't want to, I mean, you can play with it. I've seen artists just rock it back and forth until it started to move. But I am not that concerned about it right now. So, dry my hand, wipe my hands off. Need more than that. And bring it back this way a little bit. Yeah, it's kind of a dead area over here, isn't it? I don't know why. The colors that are responding with the bubbles and the lacing are not so much in this area. So what I think I'll do is get my heat wand. I just got this little toy recently and I just really enjoy it. Had a heat gun. But they burned it up. And this is nice and light too. It has a little push to it. I mean, it's not like a hair dryer. You blow stuff all over. I don't do that with this particular painting. Nothing else is there.